Okay, so now we're up to paper quilling. Everybody remembers the time that I did a demo on paper quilling. Paper quilling simply is taking very thin strips of paper, rolling them to make little circles, and then squeezing and pinching so that you can make pretty shapes like that. Now, I don't profess to be a real paper quiller. I kind of fake it to make it. Or fake, what is it? Fake it until you make it. So that's my rendition. And if you were to look in the internet, you will see a variety of absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous artwork that is made out of this technique. Jelly printing. Now, if you don't know what jelly printing is, of all of these techniques that I've showed you, I think this is the one that you will love the most. Jelly printing is done by applying acrylic paint on a slab of well, it's kind of hard to explain. It looks like jello, but it's not. It's like a clear jello block. And once you put the acrylic paint on it, you can either with stencils or with your finger or a stylus, you make designs and you print. And you can print really gorgeous patterns. I think of that again of all of the techniques. This is one that is fun, and I really highly recommend that you look up jelly printing. You're gonna go down a rabbit hole in Facebook, and you'll fall in love with it. Trust me when I tell you. My faux cloisonne. Again, I don't know if you could see. Yep, there we go. It's got that porcelain look. This is another technique that I've come to love to do. I make embellishments out of this technique and I put them on my cards. Basically, watercolor background, and then I take these stickers that have gold, and sometimes I paint or doodle with a metallic gold marker, and I create these faux cloisonne pieces. Real cloisonne has to do with well, I'll let you look it up. It's kind of hard to explain. Fabric. Oh my goodness. Anybody ever dye fabric? Well, this is an old piece of fabric that I did dye, and I dyed it, I think I may have used some fabric dye, but I wound up finishing it off with magic marker. So that's another way of decorating a front of a card. You're going to need a fabric adhesive. They do sell spray fabric adhesives that you could mount on, you can spray the back of your material, your fabric, and then put it on the card. Foil. Oh, who doesn't love foil? I am in love with foil. Foiling is, there's different types of foiling. There must be like a dozen different ways to foil. I'm not going to get into that now, but once again, if you go to YouTube, you can see hundreds of foiling videos. Basically, what I did with this is I took different metallic colors. They're acrylic paint metallics. And then after painting the foil and I let it dry, of course, and then I cut out my shapes. Notan. Okay, let me read a little bit about Notan. Hold on a second. Let me get my notes because this is a very interesting technique. Okay, It's a Japanese design concept involving the play and placement of light and dark elements as they are placed next to the other in the composition of art and imagery. Okay? So that's it. It's just taking your black paper and just cutting it and then flipping what you've cut, just flipping it over. Okay, and it makes this really cool pattern. Oh, getting back to foil, I forgot to tell you that with a stylus, you could also etch a design onto your foil. Okay, now I chose to make a heart, but sometimes you can make the entire cover of the card in a technique like this, and it looks pretty cool. We're almost at the end. Zentangle. This is another fun technique of doodling and coloring it in with a magic marker. How many of you remember the night that I also demonstrated this? It was a fun night. Faux stained glass. Now, let me see if I can get this. No, you can't, and I don't want this whole thing to topple over. But basically, in a nutshell, you take the packaging material that a lot of items come in, and with a special tool, you cut out shapes, and using either a Sharpies or alcohol inks, you paint it, and then you trace the outline with a silver metallic marker, and it gives the impression of stained glass, but it's faux. Again, there's a variety of different ways to make stained glass, and once again, YouTube has dozens of videos that you can watch. Faux mosaics. These are my eggshell mosaics. This is all made out of eggshells. Now, I don't make the entire cover or front of the card with the mosaic. It's usually a cutout flower or leaf, and I use it to embellish. And again, this is made out of eggshells, and I put a layer of resin over it. Okay, hopefully you'll be able to kind of see that. All right, so that is it. My different techniques. I hope that you have enjoyed this. I hope that I didn't do anything wrong here. On my end, it's kind of blurry. But be that as it is, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you again very soon. And again, I will leave my email at the bottom or somewhere, and you could feel free to ask me any questions about these techniques. Have a great day.